when it started to feel so real. Could feel it running, running through my lonely veins. When I started to heal, could see myself loving, loving for the rest of my days. So late at night, no, I don't wanna sleep, 'cause then I'm dreaming, then you're not real, my mind to keep. No, I don't wanna sleep, then I'm losing time, losing my chance to make you mine. So late at night, so late at night, it's so late at night.
What's up, chats? What's up, what's up? We are here. Miller, is that pizza coming to you now? Sad.
Howdy.
It's
I feel like I've commented on your neck badge before, and I feel like you've given me a reason.
Woman.
Yeah, I thought it might be that.
Hello, Galaxy. What's up, what's up, what's up?
No, it's fine.
It has it on my class.
I just thought we might have fixed that by now. Need that in white, or I'm gonna cry.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was random.
Galaxy, that
Wow.
Galaxy, that's exactly
There's no way to speak to
that's
it.
exactly what
Just
Bugman
the
also
other
DM'd me.
I'm not sure about
I think that's just sexual harassment.
I feel like I should change. We're really out of place now.
Well, you didn't walk into
You're
a
also
room
wearing
with cops
jeans
wearing
and it's
plain clothes.
raining.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go change. Hold on.
It's just gonna itch. Is that just a me thing? Like, you know when you wear like trousers or jeans and it's raining like hard, and you're walking?
Hello.
It just itches like, oh, you're Australian, you don't get it. Doesn't rain there. You're on fire.
Oh, wait, I'm not going to refrain from commenting further. Well, according to my family,
It's storming today, chat, so I have no clue who's gonna take me also. I hope Evan's gonna take me.
It's those planes, man, the chemtrails.
Better.
Yes.
Yeah, I have no clue who I'm gonna be running
Saw
with
a
today.
place having half gold on a white shirt.
Who do we see?
I kinda hate it. No, you're the first lieutenant wearing a white shirt in the department's history, so I've only just noticed it.
It blends a little too well.
It's a bit... Yeah, it's a bit of a weird combo.
I think it'd be okay if the swap pin was still.
No.
Swap pin anyone? Hands up. Show of hands.
No.
Let him intimidate you.
Turn around.
Will we put our hands up for?
Black SWAT pin. But only the
Oh.
SWAT pin, apparently. Exactly. I'm
Okay.
turning back around. Put your hands down.
Show of hands, everyone. It's good teamwork here today.
I'm not paying attention to what's being said.
Really impressed by this.
Very interactive lot.
Are we
have today.
doing the things tonight, Lieutenant?
I-
Or are those a different night?
I thought we were doing
I-
one of them.
I don't know which one.
The things?
We definitely certified the Phillips thing.
Yeah, I know that's happening.
I don't know about the others though. He said he was gonna do them.
I mean, he says he's coming
Already.
to briefing. That's. Well, you
I
can
guess
do it.
we'll just wait for him.
Wherever he is.
Okay, this would definitely slap with the white shirt. But it kind of
Yeah.
slaps now.
I mean, you said we made it plural, so I'd assume multiple. But then there was just a lot of images, and the conversation seemed lost, as per usual.
So, officers, don't trust your supervisors or command to know anything because emails get full of names. Ted Hunt!
No.
Howdy, gentlemen, howdy. And no one stood up. Nice one, team.
Jesus
Yeah, we
Christ.
covered that earlier.
A single, only two.
Stand up! Salute your senior officers. Come on.
I'm making this a policy.
See, the new guy gets it. What's wrong with the rest of you?
I'm not that bad.
He said he's making that policy, didn't mean it is one. Just a simple head nod will do.
He's the
Okay, you may sit down. Had a good start to your first patrol, Boop.
Thank you. I'm the bird.
We'll start at. Is everyone here? Is everyone accounted for?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if you put yourself on. There's more people than are meant to be here. Or you just not staying?
Officer Phillips is well worth the arrival.
Oh,
And
there's
this
everyone.
trippy fit.
Fantastic. We will begin with a couple announcements. The main announcement is that the Los Angeles Metropolitan Police Department undergoing a couple of revamps here or there with the splitting of a bureau. We'll be splitting up investigations and making it its own bureau, and then robbery homicide will be right under General Investigations and OCID. That'll be headed by, of course, Detective Sergeant L. Ash at the moment, and then Hodge will also be the corporal there, and then OCID will also be overheaded by them. Couple of renames as well. Special Operations and now the Critical Operations Bureau. It'll be headed by none other than the lieutenant over there. She'll also be heading the Field Bureau until we find a proper lieutenant that can take it. And then, of course, there's administrative, headed by this individual back there. And the training division will be headed by that individual over there. And, of course, internal affairs, none of that. PIO, none of that. I think that's it. That's the 4 bureaus. Yes, I'm correct. Yep, those are the new bureaus, but we'll move on to something that's a lot more interesting for you guys. We'll first begin with a couple of promotions, so let's have some of these people step up here. If I could have... Oh, shit. Oh my god, this sucks. I need Officer 3 Phillips up here. Staff Sergeant Pike. Is there anyone else in this group that's here?
Don't believe so.
Who are the other ones?
The other staff sergeant and the other officer 3.
The others?
Yeah.
Neither of which are here.
Oh yeah, there's one more staff sergeant, but the staff sergeant isn't here. But I'm
Detective
sure
staff sergeant.
the
Oh,
detective
that
staff
one.
sergeant is also. I'm sure he's here in spirit. All right, gentlemen. These people, or 2 out of the whatever number of people, have done a great service to the department. Staff Sergeant Pike here has put in a lot of work with training, and obviously, Officer 3 Phillips over there has put in a lot of work with internal affairs and Marine and Air, as well as Second Staff Sergeant Ash, who's done a lot of work with, well, what was the LSBI now is Robbery Homicide and the Investigations Bureau. And PO3 Brooks, who's not here as well, but she's also put in a lot of work with PIO and just general management of patrol. So I hereby declare that every single one of the people that I've mentioned are being promoted. So we'll start with Staff Sergeant Pike here. Pike here will now become Lieutenant Pike. Let me go grab the list of badges.
We're just getting promoted, guys. Woo!
You can stick that under the sweater of yours there. I'm sure you'll find a way. There you go. Corporal Phillips, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then, of course, well, we have Lieutenant Liam Ash, who's not here, but I'm sure he's here in spirit. Corporal Brooks, and yeah, I believe that's it. Is there anyone else I missed?
I think we got everyone.
I believe we have everyone. Alright. Phyllis will still remain in his position, Internal Affairs and Marine Air. Pike over there will be the Lieutenant of Training. Lieutenant Liam Ash will be the Head of Investigations Bureau and will oversee RHD and OCID until we find a Detective Sergeant who can help him.
Corporal Ada
And all of that,
Brooks.
I've got nothing. I'll leave it. Oh,
He's Phillips, Officer of the Month. Congratulations.
yes, of course. I forgot. Officer of the Month to Phillips as well. He gets 1 week of wearing his casual wear if he decides. There's no,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Round of applause, gentlemen. Round of applause. What are we doing here? Come on.
Come on, guys.
We're here to support our officers.
Stop it. Stop it. I'm getting flustered, you guys.
I don't know how to do it.
Congrats!
You don't know, clap.
I think you need to think harder about how you clap. Because
I think it's pretty simple.
yeah.
But I see the
From Metro on service.
Gentlemen. All the proper announcements will be made in your channels. I will leave general announcements to my subordinate.
Where do I stand?
You can go. You can go sit down.
I couldn't start it. I'm not staying.
So Phillips, am I right?
No, I mean
General-
the actual channel.
The what? I don't know what. The awards?
Yes.
Oh.
I love that we're doing this, lads, but we are
What
running a bit
award?
late.
Hello
We have awards?
everybody, it is the 1st of May. Thank you. It's quite rainy. It's a night shift. Good night, everybody. No real notices. RSP1. Yeah, that's about it, Lieutenant. Or either Lieutenant.
Reports are still 72 hours is the only comment that I think we've got at the moment. There has been a lack of paperwork being filed again.
Okay, Staff Sergeant.
No, I've got anything. Just watch yourself. We're back on OSP1, guys. We decreased it yesterday. So, don't worry about it.
Corporal.
I have nothing.
Happy days. Is it missed?
Go team.
The out there, Slayers. I see we're all very eager to get out in the ring.
Who would like police officer scar?
If nobody takes him, I heard there was a sergeant. The Walker man.
Okay,
360 Metro.
Walker man will take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Sony Walker.
I'll assume you're right in the.
360.
Who would take me?
You can it for one.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
I saw.
10-4. Be advised not seeing you on my card.
So one more time?
Phillips is dead.
No, I'm alive. Sorry. I was looking.
You want him?
Okay, would you like the move? I don't know who else is remaining.
Yes, I shall take it.
You going with the new couple?
Waiting eagerly.
Hello, Boots. Thank you for your eager patience. Shall we go? I am Phillips. Me is Phillips.
You is Phillips.
I'll be your FTO.
Right?
How many have you been on before? Are you
My first one.
freshly trained? Okay. Alright, well, it'll be pretty slow paced. Because we'll be going through everything for the first time. You'll be also understanding that I am a slow walker, so...
Yeah, I'll find. I just-
360 Metro. Go ahead. Advise, I am on the CAD. Stand for, I see you.
You've got your gear and all that. You
Yeah.
signed it out. Yeah, with car preference.
No.
You won't be driving. I just thought maybe you wanted to look flash, look stylish.
I mean, I do like the Explorer, so I guess that one.
Which one? Choose
The
wisely.
2020.
Ah. I prefer the 16.
Oh God, no, that.
Metro out of channel 911.
Alright. So, once again, I am Phillips, first name of Henry. Few, I guess, positions or roles that I have here at the LSMPD is I'm the Air Marine Commander. Now, Corporal, I believe what was discussed is I'm taking more of an administrative route with my duties instead of, the field operations, which I don't know if it's still called field operations. Anyway, with the new change, I don't know. But nevertheless, I am still a corporal. I am still a, senior officer, so don't hesitate to reach out if you need any questions asked. Or answered, sorry, not asked. I won't be asking you questions, so I'd hope not. Other than more things about maybe personal things, like what you know, what you don't know, your personal life, just to get an understanding of you, who you are, because you are more than just an officer to me and the rest of the department. You are a human being. So, if you have any questions on Air Marine, I'm your guy to go to, but we'll leave that out till we get past this, just because briefing was done a bit late and we have left a bit later, so there is the risk running that calls can come out while we do this. I believe the past 2 ride-alongs that I've done have resulted in us having to run out of the station, because shit's gone down, to put it quite bluntly. But anyway, we'll go over some things in the car. You have your dash camera up on the top. It activates, I believe, it activates upon your lights activating. So whenever you want your dash camera to be activated, activate your dash cam by activating your lights. 30 seconds prior to it, it will record the activation, and then once the 30 seconds has gone, it will then assume audio recording and also like the full recording, but 30 seconds prior to you activating your lights, it kind of holds a record at all times. But you can manually activate it as well, just by pressing the record button, just so that if you don't want to have your lights on, you just got to press the record button up there. Then we have our radar up the front here, so we activate that by pressing on the keyboard here, F5, on your little computer that's in the center. So this is a shared thing, so you can swivel that towards you if you would like. So at any time, please take it and have a look at it if you want to snoop through things, get a understanding of how things work.
That's not what I meant to do.
Oh, hello. Where are you going? Why are you leaving? Alright. So first I'll put on the plate reader. The plate reader will turn up on the, so this is our CAD, or our MDT. So in the corner of it, it'll pop up with a little plate display thing. You just toggle that through this handheld device here in the center. Oh, it's not a handheld, it's kind of stuck to the thing. You select just the toggle display on your plate reader. It'll show up in the screen there.
And then the rider.
Then we want to go ahead and toggle display for our radar. That highlights our this box in front of me that's above my speedometer and all that. Then you want to give it power, so there's an individual button on the on the box that you gotta press. It'll give it power. It'll load for a bit. It'll show a bunch of like 8s or something. Then it will say HLD on both front and rear. That is when you're ready to put your inputs. So you do the Holch XMIT for front, and then hold for the rear as well. And once you've done that, the hold should go away. Then it's up to your personal preference. Personally, I do same for front and rear. But you can play around with it for your personal preferences. It doesn't really matter. It's more of a personal preferences thing. So once you do the same, it will then show up as same.
I already know this all.
And then your radar's done. So then you can just ignore that. Now whenever a car passes in front of us, we'll see their plate get registered, as long as the camera itself can see the plate. And yeah. So that's those. Now we'll go to so you have your in-house radio, so that's inside of the car. Personally, what you like to do when you get into your car is turn down your radio that's on your body, so that you can prioritize the car radio, because it is more reliable than the radio that you have on yourself, because the signal and things. But yeah, it works pretty much the same. You have your mic piece, which is the part that you can, pull away, take off the hook, and you can move around and be more freely with it. If you want, while you're driving, you can have that piece hooked onto you, so it's easier for you to immediately talk over the radio if you need to. Especially in pursuits, it's useful to have that right next to your mouth, so to speak, so that you don't have to consistently be using your hands all the time. Simply all you have to do is lift one hand off the wheel, pull it up to your chest, and activate the microphone. So it just makes it easier in those, because what you want to learn is multitasking. You have to learn how to switch your radio channels while driving. Look at your MDT while driving now and again. Etc. etc. Especially if you're going into pursuits and stuff like that. So yeah, you have the orange button, dispatcher appreciation button. So avoid that unless you're in distress.
Yeah.
If you accidentally do press it, which people do tend to accidentally press it, that's okay. We'll just simply clear it. We have dispatch on, so it makes that process a lot easier for us. As you see, the K9 vehicle just went past us, so the front display will show that it should show a plate, which is MPD K103.
Yes.
Yep. So that's what it will pretty much do with all other vehicles, as long as the camera can see the plate. If there isn't a plate, it won't show anything. Usually it will show no plate, because it can see that there is a plate there sometimes. Like how the rear one is displaying, it will kind of see, it will register that there's a plate that looks like that in the camera view, but it will realize that there's nothing actually on the plate. So then it will display no plate. It is a bit confusing if someone decides to have the plate no plate, because, well, I'm thinking that it's saying that there's no plate when actually they do have a plate, and, confusing.
Yeah.
Whatever. Your in-house radio is the same as the one on yourself, just except you can go mobile with the one on yourself. You can leave the car. If you do have that mic clip onto you, make sure you clip it off before you get out of the car, otherwise you're going to rip that thing out of the socket.
Yep.
And we don't want that. In the center you have your lights and stuff, so just activate your lights by pressing that one. It looks like a button that says Q.
Yep.
Then this button will be, so it has your different ones.
Yep.
You can activate them all individually, or if you, so you can either activate them individually. Once you activate them individually, you're able to flex this quick swap, where when I have them activated, if I press this one that's titled R, it quickly swaps them for me, so I don't have to individually press the numbers or stuff. Then, if you do just have your lights activated, by pressing that same button, the R one, it will go ahead and give you a whale. Now, if you press that R button and the E button here on the console at the same time, you'll put it into a priority. Okay?
Yep.
Alright, usually you use that for clearing intersections if you don't need to be going code 3. I like to do the higher tone One, especially when going through intersections, I switch it up, you know, so it doesn't get boring and you don't have to hear the same thing over and over again. Alright, now onto the ALPR on our computer here. We're looking at it. At the bottom of it, you'll see that there's a line. That is the command line. I'll refer to it as the command line. You just take your cursor, you put it over it, you press on it, you'll see the little thing that shows that you're able to type in that thing, or the command line. Then you'll go ahead, if you want to activate your LPR, you'll do /LPR. Then I'll bring up a display on the screen here, which is which is our ALPR. It will show you your fixed one and the one that's attached to your car.
Yes.
So it says vehicle ANPR, then it says fixed ANPR.
Yes, it does.
Yep, and I'll say activated, activated. You want to make sure that they're both green.
They are.
If the top one isn't green, that means that the car doesn't actually have LPR. That's fine, the car just isn't fitted with it. If it's a patrol vehicle and it doesn't have it and it isn't specified in the motor pool that it's meant to have the ANPR, then you go ahead and just, you know, alert your chain of command so that they can get it fixed.
Yeah.
But some cars won't. I don't know which ones don't, but some cars won't. And then if you would like, because, you know, we have a small screen here in front of us on this computer, and might want to change that, or you want to clear up your screen space so you have as much room as possible to work and it's not so cluttered, you can then put back into that command line /LPR menu, all one word.
Yeah. Okay.
And it will get rid of that
Metro
display,
Vac.
and then you have a free up space. With CAD and all that, we'll go into detail later on, but pretty much, I'll turn off my lights, I forgot I had them on for a second. Throughout today, just pretty much watch everything I do. If you would like to step in and try some things, you're very eager, please do. Tell me about it. If you have any questions throughout the ride along, please talk. One thing I do personally hate is someone who can't, you know, hold a conversation. You are in a public service position, so you have to talk to people and you have to have people skills.
Yeah.
If you can't even talk to your own colleagues, I don't know. I don't have high hopes for you out there in the real world when you're talking to the public, and most of them don't like you. It's that public perception. So, and it's nothing personal. It's just simply they don't like you because of what uniform you're wearing. They don't know you, but
Yeah.
they think that they do all of a sudden because they see you have a badge on, and they kind of categorize us and profile us. But that's the world. That's how it is. It spins right round. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, if you got everything done, then we'll hit the road. Sometimes we might forget things. I probably have forgotten things to go through with you right now. But, you know, all well. We're human. We'll go with the flow.
Yeah, for sure, of course.
Oh, literally. I'll do it while we're here. We'll talk about radio traffic, so I'm not driving at the same time as... Oh, I just mounted the thing. So with radio traffic, I'll handle it. Would you like to try handling radio traffic or anything?
I first want to see you do it. Maybe
See?
later.
Okay. Yep. No, that's fine. Yep. We'll start off. If throughout the shift you want to switch out, you want to
341 back,
try
340.
yourself, then go for it.
Yeah.
But we'll have our radio on. You can scan Metro channels,
do you want to do a bottom one?
so you know. But you cannot do any other.
Alright, sure, so let's head back in LPD. Or if you're at Rockford, I'd
You can't scan any other channels as against policy.
Yeah, I'm at Rockford. I'll wait for you in the morning.
Only supervisors, or if you are actively in an air unit, you are allowed to scan radio channels across statewide. But if you wanna, but what I suggest for, especially if you're like as you as a cadet, stick to just scanning the Metro channel,
Yeah.
like one, like the main one,
I'm only
not
main
the
one as
TAC
well,
ones or
so-
the fallbacks. Okay. Because it can get a bit confusing. Over time, you can, you know, challenge yourself into hearing multiple radios, because especially if there's multiple things happening in the city, or there's a scene and they just want for precaution to push someone onto another radio channel, or a scene onto a radio channel because they don't want that air to be held up like the main air. They'll push them to either fallback or tax, either one of the tax. So it will be rare that you'll be able to gain experience with listening to multiple radio channels all at once, but you'll get the hang of it at some point. With this is a 1012, so I'll just tell you what the radio traffic for that is. So I'll say 320 Metro, which is my call sign. So it's call sign and who you're directing your traffic to. So I'm identifying who's talking, and then I'm telling everyone on the net who I'm talking to, so that they can, their ears can perk up, because they'll hear. It's kind of like a muscle reaction. They'll hear something that sounds like their call sign or whatever they're referred to, and then they'll sit there and go, "Oh, I got to get on the radio. Someone's calling me. I got to pay attention."
Mm-hmm.
So you got to try, and that's what you got to try and do when you're on radio and you want to talk to people. Is you got to get their attention, because we're officers. We're multitasking. Sometimes we're out in the streets, especially with this weather going on. It'll be a lot harder to hear. And then if you're obviously having an interaction with a person, you might not be able to hear radio. What I suggest, what I do also is I prioritize radio. So my radio will always be louder. I have an earpiece in, so it's easier for me to hear my radio. But I always prioritize my radio traffic. I always make sure I can hear my radio. If I'm having an interaction with the public, I will be paying more attention to the radio than to what they're actually saying. It is a bit mean, and it is a bit, I guess, rude, but if someone is trying to get you over the radio and you're not responding and you haven't responded multiple times and there's no one else with you, they're going to assume you're in danger, or you might have something might have gone wrong. So that's why, and we don't want the whole of Metro responding to you because you just haven't answered the radio, and it's all a misunderstanding. But if that does happen, don't worry, nothing to stress about. Just, it's a learning curve. Everything's a learning curve if you make a mistake. Right, so we'll talk about activating a 1012 because it will most likely be the only radio traffic you'll be having to say over your ride-along period. So it's call sign who I'm directing it to. So 320 Metro, wait. And we wait. We give them a second. They respond. When they respond, we say then what our action is. And they say, I will be in an active 1012, 1012 referring to ride along, with, what's your call sign?
388.
388?
Yes.
And I. So you identify who the two people are going to be so that they can put it in CAD and all that, and they can, be all ready.
Becca 340
then,
on Metro. Myself and Becca 330 on a ride along, known as Becca 330.
Yeah, that's kind of along the lines. But obviously, as time goes on, you become a bit slack with it.
Action 4110-8 in an active 1012 with Becca 330 will be known as Becca 330.
And then we'll go ahead and identify who will be known as. So for this instance, will be known as 320, car 320. Car refers to car refers to a ride along. Metro goes at a channel. You kind of solo with the radio traffic. So I'll probably just wait till they come back into the radio channel to call us.
Seeing fire of the explosion. 10032 Romney fire.
And then after you call yourself in an active 1012, then you say you respond to them because now you're a new identifier, you kind of fresh start. So then I'd say car 320 Metro, then they'll come back and be like, go ahead, car 320, and then I go ahead and say car 320 will be 1041 today. Okay, that's pretty much it. I just want to wait till Metro comes back because they've gone out of channel for a 911. Don't be that guy. Please don't be that guy when you're out there where you don't pay attention to radio and Metro literally just called themselves out of channel and you say traffic asking for Metro. I don't want to see you doing that because I literally will nearly hit you with my car. That's not a threat, but is a threat. For internal affairs purposes, it's not a threat. But I will do it. So don't do it.
Yes.
Good. That's what I mean about being attentive with radio. Be attentive. Be there. Be present. They're not talking to you. You know, be Snoopy. Well, not Snoopy the cartoon character, but like
Yeah,
Snoop.
yeah.
Listen.
Be curious, yes.
Yeah. You know, get your nose up in their business. It's not your place to know anyway. But not too much. Like, if you start going to scenes and being nosy like that, you know, you get annoying and then people will be like, ugh. What's
Yeah,
your name,
of
by the
course.
way? You haven't introduced yourself.
Jelly Scar.
Jelly Scar. Okay, tell me about yourself, Jelly Scar.
Well, I've been living here in San Andreas for about a year now.
Go ahead for Metro.
I've been interested in LSMPD for I want to say a few months now at least. Before this...
You're on scene. No additional assets required. It's not a hazard to traffic. Anyway.
Okay.
Sorry. Before this, I worked from home. Just easy.
I'm going to interrupt you 1 second. I'm going to prioritize. I'm going to use the most of the situation while Metro is here. I know that they're back in channel. 320 Metro. I swear to God, these people gonna piss me off.
I
They don't answer me.
I didn't hear you over radio. Maybe.
10-4.
320 Metro.
Hello, Billy. Billy? Hello.
Okay. Haha. Little funny haha on my part. I'm still in County TAC 1 from the scene up in the county.
Oh. Yeah.
320 Metro. So, learning curve there. Make sure you're in the right radio channel. I always do that because I always end up going home after those big incidents because they are at the end of the day usually.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess. I know, right? This bitch still ignoring him. Down.
If they don't answer you, I'll do it one more time because the 2 times that I did it, I literally wasn't even in radio channel. 320 Metro.
302.
No. 320 Metro. I'll be on active 1012 with 388. It'll be known as car 388.
10-4, I'm 10-12 with 388, known as car 388.
Car 38, no, 20, Metro. I nearly said car 388 because they threw me off. And show car 320, 1041 today.
I believe you called us out of...
Is that gonna be car 320 or car 388?
I don't know what I'm saying. We're known as car 320, not car 388, and we'll be known. Yeah, we'll be known as car 320. And we'll be 10-8 as car 320.
10-4, showing you and 388 in a 10-12, known as car 320.
Anyway, learning curve, you know, pay attention.
Yeah.
So that's us available. And if you're in, I don't know if you're in the LSMPD group chat, but
No.
I'm being asked if I'm mentally okay. Anyway, I'm defending my mental sanity in the group chat right now. Anyway, we'll move on. Hit the road, Jack. Come back. So probably first thing to do would be go to a petrol station, get some petroleum in the car, because unfortunately people from the shift before they don't. Okay, I'm being called a drug addict.
Oh,
okay, that's nice. People from the shift before, usually they don't refill the cars before they, sign them out, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue with your personal story there. I interrupted.
I recently then joined LSMPD. I was trained yesterday, so I'm now my first Radalong here. Further personal, I live with Nora Brooks. And yeah, honestly, what I do outside of work normally is just being outside, enjoying the weather when it is nice, and don't do a lot more than that. Here's the rule.
Oh. Yeah, nice. Sorry, someone just called the whole group chat.
Oh.
So.
Onwards. We will.
It's fine. Okay, so you live with Nora, right? Is she kind of also an influence on you wanting to join PD?
Yeah, definitely. She definitely helped me. Well, not helped me, but like convinced me to get into PD. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's nice. There we go. Glad she's doing her job as PIO.
Yeah, exactly. Great job. Great work. Yeah, I first was interested for a bit in county, but that I lost interest in that quite quickly, especially seeing how chaotic sometimes the county can get. I've been on a ride along there that was just pure chaos. So then I decided, yeah, never mind, I'm gonna go with Metro.
Okay. Well, and though you came down here to get away from the county's chaoticness, unfortunately, sometimes we get caught up there for mutual aid. So
yeah, no,
you may experience either way.
I understand that, but like, at least not full time in the county.
Oh yeah, personal preference. But yeah, okay, nice.
Chat that we finally have started, I can finally put this up. There we go. You're welcome, Nova. Don't kill me, please. I've turned down the...
I guess I'll just go over some general things that won't get covered. Just by it popping up, because that's usually the best way topics to be brought up, is it, just comes up because someone does something. And I'll just bring up some random things. So with motor pool, make sure you're in there by the start of patrol. It is a patrol policy requirement that you are in the motor pool and logged on, and any vehicle that you have is signed down.
Yeah.
So this car is North 102. Not very often we do patrol zones, but if you were, there is the map there and zone assignments. For you to understand where the borders are and all that. I'm adjusting to the change of the north zone,
Mm-hmm.
because we have extended up into what once was county's jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So from what I understand, it's the road on North Rockford Drive. Well, that always has been. But then it goes up to the petrol station, then follows that road
Marlow,
all the way down.
I don't
know. I'll look at the map here. No, so it's Banner and Canyon Drive, just at the intersection where North Rockford Drive and Pongville Drive kind of meet there.
Yeah, I guess.
Then you follow Banner and Canyon Drive, that's where the jurisdiction goes, and then it goes all the way up to mile marker 21. That's that side. Now, the other side I'm not too sure about. All I know is that we go pretty far down. We cover the observatory, I don't know what it is, the theater there at 5026. And then pretty much just on the other side of the hill, the radio station, the Vinewood sign as well. And then also the La Fuente Blanca we cover as well. So yeah, that's pretty much us as jurisdictions. If there are zones pushed, stick to your zone, spread out within your zone. You should get access to live map if you don't already have it.
I do, right?
So yeah, so utilize live map, know where your other units are, pay attention to where they are so that you can stay spread out. If nights are getting pretty quiet, you know, don't be afraid to stalk someone on the live map, and if you're friends with them, of course, and then just roll up next to them and be like, hey, want to chat? They say no, then you know, that's kind of embarrassing for you, but also gotta respect that.
Yeah, of course.
Some people have the tendency to go to fire stations because they see that the firefighters are at the station. That's nice and all for interdepartmental relations, but try to avoid doing it very frequently or doing it all the time. If we start seeing that
it's...
it's...
1071 down to 7243 for a 10 Metro involved 1050.
Ooh, not good.
So if no one is a supervisor, right?
Yeah. So, whenever his radio really sucks. 312 just informed me you are coming through very poorly.
Yeah, copy. How about now?
You are better.
Stuck.
New title, Doctor. That's me. Did you not hear him what he just said over radio, or is he still poor for you?
I heard him. I heard him except the last words. That wasn't totally clear.
Okay. He said thanks, Doc, because I said he's better now, so he was referring to me as...
that way. Okay, yeah. So a bit slow, but yeah.
No, that's all good. You know, not embarrassing at all. You know, not swear to God, next person to call this group chat is gonna get hands thrown.
Oh.
They're calling members who aren't even in the department anymore because we haven't removed them from the group chat. What was I talking about? Zones, stick to stones.
71 supervisor, 71s.
Oh yeah, so whenever you get into a car accident, you gotta call a 71.
Oh my god. You're a bitch. How many? Okay, Nova. I see how it is.
Yeah, it's just a requirement. So if you don't have a supervisor on, obviously, then you call for your shift command or whoever's on the motor pool as a supplemental super. Oh my god, I drove all the way up to Morningwood to get petrol. 'Cause that's what I said I would do.
And then
I've come back without the petrol. Anyway,
oh well.
we'll go to downtown. Well, we still have plenty, so we'll make it to downtown. But you want to make sure that you at least have 75% of your.
Okay, yeah.
What are you doing, person? It's not how you turn. I'll go over the. Hopefully, you won't have to encounter it, but most likely will. We'll talk about active shooters and barricaded suspects. So I like to distinguish the difference between the two. A barricaded is someone who is remaining internal to a property, and preventing ease of access for us. Most likely, if a suspect, has decabbed out of the vehicle. Decab refers to when they exit the vehicle. Usually you'll hear it over radio when vehicle pursuit has ensued, and then it's hit a termination point, and then the person gets out of the car and runs on foot. They'll refer to as decab. Another term that you'll have to learn about in pursuits is TVI. So TVI, not B. Some people say B. It's not. So traffic vehicle intervention. Is it intervention? I don't know. It has to do with when people do a intervention on cars and when they kind of like crash.
Metro Outer Channel 911.
You still with me?
Yep.
But with the... So that's a barricaded. It's when they just kind of, barricade themselves inside. An active shooter is declared when active shots are happening inside of a building. So usually it will always be, by default, be barricaded suspect. But your main priorities then is isolation and containment. You don't want them to get out of that building because now they're inside of it. You want them to keep them in there because it's more security.
Headed to 306.
Anyway, I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, isolation and containment. You want to prioritize isolation and containment. Just setting a perimeter around a barricaded suspect. Now, if you hear active shots going on, that's where it then escalates to an active shooter. When it escalates to an active shooter, you immediately make entry. You don't wait. You don't sit there. You immediately make entry because do you know what you should have learned this in academy. What's our top priority when an active shooter happens?
They didn't tell me, but I'm assuming neutralizing a suspect or what is it? Not neutralizing, just
Don't use the right word. Neutralize.
Yeah.
So that's your top priority. Is neutralizing the suspect, the offender, whatever you want to refer to them as.
Yeah.
That is your top priority because as soon as, even if you're passing someone who is begging for your assistance. They are bleeding out in front of you. You've got to move past them. You move past them, you acknowledge that they're there, you tell them to just stay there, sit tight. If you have enough in your stack that are walking with you, maybe it's okay to push someone to the side, but most of the time, you just need to keep going, keep pushing. Keep pushing till that shooter is down, until they're no longer a threat.
Yeah.
And they forgot that we're coming to get petrol. Again. So that's pretty much active shooters and barricaded. The difference between them, and what are you gonna do? I'll probably quiz you later on. You'll probably get quizzed later on in other ride-alongs if you aren't doing them with me. If you are doing them with me, then you still will get quizzed on things I've gone over. So just to make sure that you're paying attention, and not just in one ear and out the other. Please disembark from the vehicle.
All units disregard.
What do you know about vehicle pursuits?
Not much. Not really anything, I believe now. Just drive
Okay, no
careful.
theory side of it?
Sorry, what did you say?
You don't know much theory side of it?
No.
Okay. We'll go over that once we get back in the car, because it's fucking loud out here.
One slice done, one
Okay,
slice
now that it's nice and quiet. So, with a vehicle pursuit, the main things you want to make sure that you're doing is driving safely. So that includes clearing your intersections and not exceeding, I believe it's 100 now, within city limits when you're on a pursuit. So yeah, so you want to make sure you're maintaining a safe speed. You're clearing your intersections. In a pursuit, what I like to say is if you can't stick to policy and keep up with the suspect, the pursuit shouldn't be continuing in the first place. And that might not be your call to make, but you can definitely say that over radio. Definitely be to whoever the pursuit commander is, you call it out and you say, the speeds are very reckless. I'm struggling to keep up while also, clearing my intersections. I recommend termination. Or not. Yeah, termination. They might think when you say termination, like pitting them out, but just make sure you're not trying to suggest pitting them out.
Yeah.
Trying to suggest more just breaking off from the pursuit. Yeah, so that's pretty much that on pursuits on the safety aspects. When you are clearing an intersection, you look left, look right, look left again. Make sure no cars are coming. If there is a car actively in this section, you don't go through the intersection fully. Like, you can obviously creep forward into the intersection, but you don't fully go through the intersection until until all traffic is halted. Until you know that they're not going to go in front of you when you're driving.
Okay. Makes sense, yeah. Safety first,
Yep.
for sure.
Yep. What do you know what your main objective is as the primary unit in the order of the pursuit?
Call outs. Also, other units know where the pursuit is going.
Okay, I'll go into more detail in this scenario. You have a primary and a secondary in the order
Okay.
at minimum.
Following the suspect in a safe way.
Yep. Maintaining eyes is what you want to do as primary.
Yeah.
That's why we have secondary take over callouts once they're available. Because that's your main objective now as the primary unit is to maintain those callouts.
247. Procopio Promenade.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you're maintaining eyes, obviously, while sticking to policy. Now, policy kind of gets waived if it's extreme suspects. So you can be a bit more reckless because sometimes it is better that we do be a bit more reckless to try and terminate pursuits for the safety of everyone.
All units disregard.
Next person to press the panic that isn't for real, I will be crashing out.
Facts.
I want to know what I was talking about. Primary, right. Now, what is your objective as a secondary in the order?
Callouts.
Good. You want to keep everyone informed, so you relay all information that you possibly can see. So usually, when someone's directing radio traffic towards the pursuit, especially if they're not directing it towards a shift commander explicitly, you want to go ahead and talk as a secondary unit, because you have the air, you've got the radio.
Yeah.
You know more than people who are further back than you in the order, because you're secondary. You can see the car
I'm
still
Match from 324.
easier, etc., etc. So you're most informed. Well, the most informed is the primary, but they're not meant to be on radio. Well, they should try not to be on radio because they should be focusing on driving.
Match from 334.
334.
Good morning, I'll be in service.
10-4 showing in service.
Yeah, that's pretty much for the primary and secondary air pursuits. Just do your job, I guess, is all I can really say in pursuits. Don't cut anyone off, because that will land you in shit. Don't be reckless. And if you are secondary, make sure you are being informative. Call out over the radio, tell them all the things that they need to hear. It's better to be too informative than too less of information being called out.
Yeah, for sure.
Direction of travel, call that out. If they turn onto a street, call that out. Go down an alleyway, call that out. Some people, especially some of the new cadets, so the OIATs, they've sat there and kind of, they've just literally called out the street in postal. Not the direction, not that they were going down an alleyway near that street. They just literally looked at the street name that displays on your little GPS there, and then the postal. We don't want that. You need to be more specific, because if they're going down alleyways, and you've just only told me a street that alleyway's off, and I'm going to have a hard time finding you. And if you need that backup, it's going to take a long time to get to you if you're not saying the right things.
Yeah.
But saying that, you also need to be cautious of how long you're speaking over radio, because you want to make sure that you're getting being clear and concise. So if you are gonna say long radio traffic, try and split it up. Like, don't hold your push to talk down the entire time. Say something else, or take your key off. When I start to and ah, most of the time, especially when I know that it's now getting a little bit prolonged, I like to take my my finger off my mic push to talk. And then it gives other people the opportunity to butt in. Like, if they have priority traffic, when I make that break, or I break my traffic or my transmission, then they literally can key in. And if they're getting attacked or something, that's their opportunity to key up. So it's like oh, what are you doing? Can't cut in like that. Anyway. Oh! I hit that lady. Oh, and there's an upside down car. Let's just quickly go take care of those cars.
Yeah.
Usually on these things, because they are jank, and, you know, they're not really supposed to happen. There's no point in really calling them out. Simply just gonna get rid of the cars.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Great.
And there you are. Simple and done.
Matchup from CC4. Match out from 334.
24.
Can you start a call for me? The 9332 area of Capital. I'll be on the bridge for
I just felt like, you know, having you stand
traffic
out in the rain
obstruction.
for a bit.
I'll be secure with one for now. Baker 341
Actually,
Metro.
like
Our
that.
1012 will be
Anyway.
disbanded. Baker 330 will be remaining in service. 341 is out of service. Have a good night.
Baker 341, go ahead.
Baker 341, I'm out of service. My 1012 will be disbanded with Baker 330.
Anyway, so what are your goals and ambitions within PD? I'll ask about that.
Well, one division I'm interested in is K9, or certification, I think it is.
It is a certification.
Yeah, K9 is something I'm interested in myself. Furthermore, special vehicles. Not exactly, I can't remember the full name, but there's something with special vehicles. And
Special vehicle certification, SVC.
yeah. And
Okay.
probably also Air Marine. That is as far as divisions at the moment, divisions and things as far as at the moment that I have interest in.
I like your thinking. I like your thinking. You know, I've had to try and convince people to join Air Marine or the new cadets, You? I don't see I have to convince. You convinced me. So, with your Air Marine stuff, it's pretty much I'm gonna go inside and get some coffee. Pretty much, so you do an exam to start off, and then you'll do a practical with a certified FTO. I only have me right now. Brooks left the FTO program for Air Marine. Just for personal reasons. I didn't pry. It's her business, not mine. But yeah.
God.
Come on, give me the coffee. Fuck.
I don't believe the coffee machines work anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to do it manually then. These fucking buttons, I can't tell what they say. Maybe it's voice activated. Give me coffee. No? Okay. I guess not. If you ever do want coffee, there is the easier route, which is just going to the station. You don't have to pay for those ones. It's free. You just go. It's the same machine, but they just remove the coding for it to request money prior.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, machine, for my coffee. Would you like anything?
I'll also get a coffee.
Okie dokie.
Swat, not at the moment.
Right. Should be brewing. The cup's on the thing there for you. Once it pours it out. Don't know how good these ones are. I don't really try the...
Not at the moment, Swat.
24/7. Is this a 24/7? This is an LTD.
This is
I don't really try these ones anymore. What else can I grab? Hi, Clark. I paid for my coffee, obviously, because it's a vending machine, but I'm intrigued into your other products. Childo? What is that?
I have no clue.
No, don't make that noise.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is. What are candy bars? Zebra? Meteorite?
Match up from 324.
Earthquakes? Release? What does that even mean? Is it gonna make me shit my pants?
I'm not sure. I
hope not. I'm not gonna try it.
So, but
Well, I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna risk that.
it's
What
an
are magazines
You
out?
never know.
They're cards.
Match up from 334.
These are magazines. I want the newspaper. Ooh, Stars Talk. Oh, the hot goss on celebrities. Poppy Mitchell? Yeah, no, not interesting. Don't really care for Poppy Mitchell.
Panic Unit 247.
Oh my god, so many people.
Ah, but then detection loss.
Is there a sign on the corner there? Yeah, so interesting with Air Marine. Your Air Marine covers SVC, so
Yeah,
that's still run by myself. I think it's SVC that's available to you from probationary. So, if you achieve the position of probationary police officer, you shall have that ability to. Okay. Okay.
Locals.
Yeah. You should be able to just apply for it. You just do the exam and then reach out to myself through my emails, messages, however you want to reach out. And say, hey, I've completed the exam.
Okay.
It gives you directives on there. When you complete it, it tells you what to do. But some interesting things. Air Marine, I love it personally. I never used to be a flying guy. I come from Liberty City.
No clue, but...
Oh, well, there you go. You gain your pilot's license in Air Marine, and you also gain your boating license. So if you don't have it prior, don't worry, we get it all for you. It's registered with the state. And then that means you can take that license out into your personal life if you want to do some, your private flying or you want to do some private boating. You can do that because you have an official license. But some things coming to air is a new certification I'm trying to get in the works, which is, as I like to call it, AYO.
Okay.
Because it is AAO. That's how it is. That's the abbreviation for it. So whenever I say it, I've been trying to say it like AO, but I just can't get out of my head how it sounds like AO.
Yeah, I know, fair enough.
So,
Hello, Astrid.
so I just say AO every single time.
A police officer now.
But it refers, what the abbreviation means is Advanced Air Operations.
Advanced Air
So,
Operations, okay.
pretty much what it entails is both a crew role, so a tactical rear role certification, and also a piloting certification and co-piloting certification. So that's all the roles that will be covered in the certification. I haven't told anyone about this really much, except for obviously command.
Yeah.
So you're kind of getting insight into that's what I'm looking
awesome.
for. So pretty much the objective is it's going to be some sort of it can be used for mutual aid assistance with search and rescue, so SAFR. So what it entails is the tactical rear is referring to the people who sit in the back of the helicopter. They're not co-pilot or pilot, they're the people that sit in the back. So that's what I mean by tactical rear. So the certification referring to them is rappelling. So you will gain the certification to rappel out of helicopters.
That's awesome.
So it deals with rappelling out of the helicopter, retrieving patients on the ground, caring for patients on the ground, or simply just deploying into an AO, an area of operations, to be a first primary contact there on the scene, till the professionals can arrive, like search and rescue and stuff like that. Or it's there for if we literally cannot have anyone, like there is no search and rescue available, and it's just us. So it's there as an availability as well, but we can coordinate with state because they have their DNR helicopters or the DPS helicopters and stuff. which also deal with that kind of stuff. So that's the tactical rear roles, is you'll deal with rappelling and patient retrieval and stuff, and like the mountain ranges or out on islands when people get stranded, or boats even. You can rappel down onto the deck of a boat if they need that. Usually if it's a boat, we're going to deploy a marine unit unless we don't know the location of them. It'll be easier to find them in a helicopter when we're above instead of on the water level to them. But then the training that will entail for pilots and co-pilots to do with that certification, we'll just be learning how to, operate the aircraft when those operations are happening. So, how to fly the helicopter properly, how to make sure to hold the helicopter still. The co-pilot, it will be winch operations, so manning the winch and making sure that everyone's, like, the operators are safe, and also the aircraft. And yeah, so that's pretty much the training on those both fronts. It should also help with SWAT. So what we offer in Air Marine also is TAC pilot, where we fly the TAC birds, and they're usually deployments into areas that are very hostile. So we have, like, people getting shot, active shooters, elevated shooters, or even SWAT deployments, because from our helicopters we can do rapid insertions, so where they just use fast ropes and they quickly rappel to the ground. Like the other cool SWAT movies.
Seen in everything.
So it'll help with that, because right now the
I'm sorry.
The SWAT rappelling training isn't really complete, though it does still happen under close overwatch and care. It's only conducted with the actual supervisors, if there's a supervisor there and they authorize it. But the AO certification will help with those kind of trainings with SWAT, so it's kind of like a cross division thing as well. So we'll be able to help out SWAT, their guys who are getting trained in the air aspect. But yeah, so there's what we offer. I'll actually go through all the certs that we offer. I'm sure you already know them all, though. So we have
the
Marine Cert, Air Cert, SVC Cert, the TAC pilot. Sorry, I'm not done. I'm not paying attention.
Stellar.
So, Air Cert, Marine Cert, Dive Cert, Drone Cert, SVC Cert, and TAC Pilot. That's what we offer.
Yeah. Sounds awesome.
As a, kind of head start into everything. Oh my god. These people are crazy.
They definitely are, yeah.
As a head start, you'll be able to see in our department dashboard where you can see all the channels and, different bureaus. You'll see one of the tabs that say Air Marine Division or something. I can't remember what it's titled. But you should be able to see our Documents tab. And you should be able to go into our SOP, which is very new, very fresh. So there may be some discrepancies, but it's still in the work in progress. Everything should be covered as a main. I made sure of that. But you can go in there, read up on it, just get a little head start into what you might be getting into, what you might want to do.
Match up from 324.
All those kind of things.
Awesome.
In the dashboard, by the way, is your name tag green?
Let me check. No, mine is yellow.
I'll change that.
Game crash. Game crash. Pardon. Damn it. Oh yeah, no, this pizza is not fun, Astrid. Also doesn't help, I already have had a half pizza so far. Before this. We're loading back in chats. Let's see which crash code this is. I haven't crashed in a while. I also don't play daily anymore. No, it's Spaghetti Uniform California. Of course it is. Can heat up tomorrow, but the thing is... No. No more slices, please. The thing is, Astrid, no one knows, that's not true. My dad doesn't know I got pizza. And my dad's, I believe, the only one who's home at the moment. With me. Lol. Quickly have to get everything back. Slash name, Jerry. Scar. $388. J.Scar. Apartment. Addison PD. Ah, jeez. Addison PD. Waar is de retonie? I also gotta go back on radio. I have returned. It was a nap, I guess. Yeah. Your mom? I know, but my parents are divorced. Yeah, I've been here a couple times. It's confusing. Yeah. You can. What? That's interesting. Yep. Well, what I normally like is the beach. But, yeah. Yeah. Just honestly, as long as I can stay out of the Vinewood area where the speed limit is 25. It's so painfully slow. That also, yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah, Great Ocean, yeah. What? What the heck? She's... Oh, yeah. Yep. It was a short shift for him. Damn. That was a short shift for him. I believe he started his shift like half an hour ago. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the red lights. Oh yeah. Oh damn. I can imagine. I can imagine that. Yeah. Yep. Fuck. My apologies. Ah. Okay. My apologies, chats.
Which is like central.
I'm so sorry. That is such a big mistake. Thank me. How was that? Was it? I assume that's different from here then.
You get a lot of characters, I guess, especially in the metro.
Aesthetic
Sometimes they
galaxy.
put me on the. Well, when I was in field, I did a lot of stuff with the metro, but very jam-packed, because especially in those peak hours, you've got people. It's like peak hour nearly every hour. There's
Yeah.
never a break. But then I got my position as a lieutenant up there. So I left field. So I went to desk duty. That is why I like admin, because I mean I did it in my previous job. Anyway, that's a little bit about me. Not gonna go into too much because it feels like I'm bragging. So we're gonna pop the trunk. We're gonna go over equipment like we were before, but we will be drier.
Yeah.
Won't be rained on. Right. So in your bag, you should have extra plate carriers. Oh, not extra plate carriers. The plates for your plate carrier. Then also, you have some cones there. You'll have some flares in there as well. You know, everything that you usually have on yourself, you're gonna find that there's an extra.
Okay.
Like extra batteries, maybe for your flashlight, or for your well, the batteries inside of the radios are rechargeable. You should find them in the ports when you grab them out of station every time before shift starts. Same with your body cam; they should be on the dock, the body cam dock, which you collect, and then you redock once you finish. Make sure it's docked correctly. You'll see a green light at the top of it activate once it's correctly connected to the dock. And then obviously if it's correctly docked, it also then uploads all your body cam footage for that shift up into the system, so that if anything does happen, I as internal affairs can go review your body cam and stuff like that. So yeah. And you also have your med bag here in the back. So the equipment that we carry is BLS, basic. That's what the B stands for.
Yeah.
Just understand basic. So there's BLS and ALS. ALS is not what we're trained in. We're trained in only basic. ALS is for like our TAC meds, paramedics, and those kind of things. So we only operate with the basic stuff, which is just your, suction, like your pads, gauzes, etc., etc. Then we have our Philips AED, that's in the back here as well. It literally guides you through everything. As soon as you open the cover. So it's audible, so it will talk to you and tell you what to do. Plus it also has visual. So it has the adhesive pads, which it tells you where to place them. And you go ahead and place them where it tells you to place them, because it will also talk to you to tell you where to place them. It can get very annoying because you're trying to talk and coordinate with everyone else on scene while things fucking yapping at you. So I guess try and drown it out as much as you can, except for the parts where it's telling you to stand clear and stuff.
Yeah.
So usually once you apply the pads, it will register, it will pick it up, and then it will know that you've placed the pads. It will analyze. Once it's analyzed, it will then go ahead and advise whether or not a shock is to be given. It will tell everyone to stand clear, then you administer the shock. So it's an orange button. It looks like a panic button, but it has a lightning bolt picture on the top of it. So you press that. Make sure everyone's clear. There should be no hands or no physical contact with the person.
Metro radio.
When is this happening?
363398.
You administer the shock once everyone's clear. If there's no signs of recovery, like
8022 Los Lagunas Boulevard. Suspicious person. Caller reports that a suspicious guy was looking in vehicles. He's wearing blue jeans, a gray sweatshirt, black cap, black
I'll
mask,
wait till the radio
and a
traffic
backpack with
finishes
work
so
gloves.
that I'm not
No visible
talking over
weapons.
him.
Happened about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, now we respond in 1 minute ETA.
Okay. If there's no signs of recovery, so like breathing has resumed, or they start moving around and like they've got a
It's
pulse
going to be
again,
8022 Los Lagunas Boulevard.
you resume on CPR, the machine will tell you, oh well, it won't tell you. It will do a count for 2 minutes. So after it will count for 2 minutes and you just continue doing CPR for those 2 minutes, it will then, after 2 minutes, it will start to tell you to get clear again, but it's going to reanalyze. It will then reanalyze. If it says to give a shock, give a shock. If it says no, not to give a shock, don't give a shock.
52, you're 41%, 1937.
Then, if there's no signs of life again, you then get back on CPR. And you continue till paramedics or someone who's more trained and qualified than you arrives on scene, and then they give directives.
8022 Las Lagunas for that suspicious
Follow
person.
their directives. They're the trained professionals. They know more than all of us. Okay. Whenever you use equipment in here, it's your job to replenish it when to get back to station. So there's a little logbook in there that like a little notepad, and it, you mark off what you've used. So then when you return that bag to station, the people who take care of all that, that personnel, they'll replenish it, they'll get it ready for use again. But then you just take out a new bag and put it in the back of your car.
Copy. Stops 8027 Alta Street, 1930.
Okay. Any questions about what's in the back of this car?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Right on. This is what I mean about being nosy. See, when they called out that call, I always note down what the postal is. Mental note, whatever, I try and remember it.
Yeah.
Because it's always best, and then I put it into the GPS, because you always want to know where something is or the most recent call is. Because if shit hits the fan, you don't want to be sitting there going, oh, where is it? Where's the call at?
Yeah.
Instead, you're ready. You can respond directly to the scene. If it's still on that scene, obviously. Don't be like some people. Something I despise about some people is that it's like with the dispatcher thing where they don't pay attention and listen to the fact that dispatch just went out of service or they went out of the channel and they're not in the channel anymore. People don't listen to postals. When someone says postal, you listen. You listen for where they are. They are the people that you should be listening to, like prioritizing your ears to be listening to, is that radio. Directives I'll give you if you're ever riding along with me again or for the duration of this ride along. I ask that when radio traffic picks up, when someone starts talking over radio, that if you could, like usually I will do it as well, you'll see I'll stop talking.
Yeah.
So if you're talking at the time radio starts up, just like kind of stop talking or talk a bit slower, softer, whatever. Because I like to listen to the radio. I like to know what's going on all the time. Because that traffic that we might not be paying attention to could need us. Could need us to get ready. And that's pretty much it on that. So, yeah. The rest of our equipment is also our service rifle and our shotgun. I have a beanbag shotgun next to us instead of the regular patrol shotgun. So you have to pick one or the other. You can't have all three. So you pick one or the other. You have rifles always in the standard, but you do have to sign it out at the beginning of shift, obviously.
Code 4 again, okay.
308, just 10 on your code 4.
Yeah, and then extra magazines, they're all in the back, in the bag, like I said before. Any, I got queries and questions. Kind of phase them into the same word. Any questions or queries or concerns that you may have thus far?
Yeah, one. As far as it's called conflict of interest, I think it's called. As I live together with Nora Brooks, we're partners. What am I allowed to do and what am I not allowed to do?
So with conflict of interest, it's kind of like if you were to shoot a suspect. So on that aspect of like medical treatment, we try and avoid having you on that.
Okay.
Try and make sure that someone else is doing it, especially when it's dabbling with life and death, those kind of things. Because your judgment is clouded. You're obviously going to be wanting to do whatever you possibly can to make sure that she survives, because you're friends with her. So, in that case, you might make a call that is, yes, you may think it's in the best interest of her, but it might not actually be the right call to make. That's why with the conflict of interest on medical treatment, make it known that you have a conflict of interest with her, and that if hands are scarce, obviously you're going to have to jump in, but you let someone else tell you what to do. Don't try and take over or boss people around and stuff like that. Let someone else take over who's got some medical experience as well. 'Cause we're all trained the same. Everyone has the same level of medical training here. Unless, are you a paramedic? Are you certified paramedic?
No.
Okay, so then you and I have the exact same medical training, so we're both perfectly capable of doing the same job. And we should both be confident. Obviously, I might be a bit more confident in, doing medical treatment, because I don't... Have you done any sort of medical treatment before on someone?
No.
Okay. So, obviously, you're a bit less experienced. The only experience you have is in that training room, when you did your basic first aid, your basic life support. What other thing? Are there any other concerns with conflict of interest that you have?
No.
Just more of the medical side?
Yeah, unless there's something else I should know about, but...
If she needs to be arrested, that's something. So if she's out in her civvies, like she's off duty, and she commits a crime, it happened before, an officer's done something wrong before off duty, that's conflict of interest as well. One as a work colleague and two as a personal friend. So your job comes first. You're a sworn officer of the state. Well, of the state. But stationed within the city. So you are required to uphold your duty no matter what. Just like me. I more have to dabble with that a lot more frequently than you would, because internal affairs. I'm literally investigating officers from time to time. Don't turn, I have the right of way, bitch. I literally investigate people within my own department, my own colleagues, on their wrongdoings. Sometimes, oh my god. I'm not laughing at him. I'm not laughing at him. Are you okay? Hello? Wanna come closer? I can't hear you. Sky, you wanna put down your window for me?
Ready for Metro?
Hello?
Hi.
Are you okay?
I think so.
You think so? You took a bit of a tumble there. You sure? You don't need to be checked out or anything?
Sure.
Don't want to get checked out? Hello? You don't want to get checked out?
Not really.
Not really? We can check you out if you'd like. You don't have to have medics come down or anything. Or if you'd prefer the medics, we can have medics come down and check you out.
Definitely.
I don't want to have to go to the hospital.
You might not have to. It might just simply. It looks like you got some cuts on your face, so. I mean,
The
it's
last
just a
couple of
simple
times
checkup.
I've went to the medics, they've had to take me to the hospital.
Okay, but why don't you want to go to the hospital?
I don't really want to go back to the hospital.
They're just there to help you.
I don't really want to go back to the
No,
hospital.
you're out. 1947.
Okay, well, I mean, you can refuse that. You don't have to. Unless.
I
How old are you?
can't.
How old are you?
15.
Okay, yeah, you can't. Well, there's no harm in just getting checked out. Like, I don't want you to be injured and then you collapse later on and then, we have to
Definitely.
send out a search party because there's a report of a missing person because they've collapsed. Do you want us to
okay.
just check you out real quick?
I guess so.
Okay. We'll pull up to that, actually, we'll pull down to this driveway down here and we'll walk back up to you, okay?
I can just come down there.
Actually, go into that parking lot for me because it's sheltered. Don't follow me. Oh, where are you going?
I believe he's going. I guess we're going to the alleyway.
Okay, never mind. Wanted him to go behind us. Alright. Just go under the cover. Just go under the cover, like the little cover here, so that we don't want to be out in the rain. We don't want to make it any harder. Scar, if you'd like to just check them out for me, I'll grab the med.
Yeah, sure.
It'd just be a simple check out. We just want to make sure that you're not, suffering concussion or anything
Yeah.
from that fall.
320 Metro.
Good.
And shows out on the ped stop with a white male, grey hoodie, blue jeans, black hat, black mask. He, stacked it on his bicycle. We're pulling over doing a check on him.
You do seem to have a few cuts on your face that are bleeding.
7122 down the alleyways off the Power Street.
Can you maybe take your mask off so I can see your full face?
7122 Power Street. You need any additionals?
Guess so.
Negative.
He has a few cuts on his face that are slightly bleeding, I believe. From what I can see.
New dispatch, non-urgent request, Power Street, 7122.
Alright. Did you check for any concussion at all?
No, I just checked for injuries, that's all.
Yeah, if you could check for concussion, we'll take care of the cuts. I just want to clean out the cuts, okay? Nothing
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
Just don't want them getting infected. We'll put some boo-boo band-aids on them.
No clue.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You armed at all?
No.
Okay, and what's that? In your front? This may sting a little bit. But anyway, what's the thing on the front of you?
It's nothing.
You
Okay. See, if you're armed, I'm not gonna go to jail or anything for it. It simply, as long as you have the correct sort of the things for it. What is it? Is it a knife?
How do I check for concussion again?
Is it a knife?
No.
Okay, then what is it? A baton?
It's nothing.
See, if you lie to me, you're losing your rapport with me. and that just means that I'm not going to trust you now. I'm here to help. I
Yeah,
pulled
it's
over
a
to help you
knife,
after
I
you
guess.
snapped it. It's a knife. Okay, thank you for telling me. I just want to know to make sure. If you could keep your hands away from that puppet for me.
Okay.
Alright. I think I got all the cuts. Were you able to check for people reaction?
No, I've not. Yeah, if you can do that. It's...
Alright, so I'm gonna have this little pen light. It's gonna shine into your eyes. I'm just gonna check your pupils. It may
Where's
be
the
a
pen
bit
light?
bright. Well, it will be. But just to check your pupil reaction to make sure you don't have a concussion.
Oh, you're sliding.
Baker
Okay.
330 from Metro. I
It's
copy
Maynard.
your in, start the delay. Metro car 320.
I think he's not showing.
Beautiful.
I really need to learn. Although...
You guys still clear at 7122?
If
Info.
Metro radio copies.
Report.
Alright, you're all good on the pupils. You didn't see any head trauma, did you?
No.
Scar? Alright, well, I mean, there you are. That's as much as the treatment I really wanted to give you.
Oh, okay.
Do you feel pain anywhere else?
No.
Alright. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to make sure that you're all okay, you're all good. Just word of advice, you know, don't try and conceal a firearm, or, well, not firearm, a weapon, further, like that, because now I trust you less, okay?
Oh,
It'll
okay.
just identify that you have a weapon on you, okay?
Okay.
Alright, have a good one.
Car 320 Metro.
320, go ahead.
What's
Clear
the
out that
evidence?
bedroom. Back available.
Car 320, assignment complete, 1954.
Medical is something I still have to learn and a bit more. It's something I mean, I passed, of course, but it's something. It was my weak point to say that way, I guess.
Okay, so, when we want to check for a concussion, we want to look at the pupil reaction.
Mm-hmm.
What we're looking for is make sure that they're reactive and normal. So they're going to react equally to the light flashing into their eyes. If they react abnormally, or they're starting to get dilated, or not dilated, I can't remember which one's which, they don't react normally. So one's not reacting, or there's a delayed reaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually signs of a concussion, or it's just a little bit of a concussion, which just means that there's a little bit of a misfunction in the brain there.
Yeah.
So pretty much you just look through. You look for head trauma, for one. So he had cuts to the face. Didn't have any big gashes or bleeds coming from the head. So, I mean, that was a good sign, I guess. But you still check, especially if there is injury to the head area at all. And you're most likely going to find, usually you would find a head injury, especially if they stack up like that. So you just check that way, you check the pupil reaction. Don't do that to me.
That
yeah.
was...
So simply just use some gauze pads. And then we have these like wipes that are used for disinfect. I don't know the correct term.
Yeah.
You know,
Just the alcohol
wipe the
wipes
wound
or
clean.
something.
Make sure that there's not going to be an infection.
Yeah.
And then there's small cuts. You can give them a band-aid, or you can be like, yeah, Do you really need a band-aid? Is it okay? Is the bleeding that extreme for a band-aid? But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of that kind of medical. Any other medical, we'll try and go through it. It'll be hard because they're emergency scenarios, so
Yeah, I
we
know,
kind of have to be focused on them. With bleeding, I guess I'll go over, because that
Look at the band-aids.
is a wound that you'll deal with a lot more frequently, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's holding pressure as much as you can. Holding pressure, packing wounds. So we have chest seals. So that's something as well for GSWs, especially to the chest that have penetrated the lungs and they're sucking. So usually when someone's breathing and their lungs have been penetrated by a bullet, you will see sucking, which is where the air is coming through, is being sucked through the GSW. And you'll be able to see that by, if you look at the wound, you'll see what I mean. I don't really want to talk about it because it's kind of disgusting, but you'll be able to tell if they're sucking or not just by looking at them. You apply the chest seals, it just stops the air from coming through on that GSW. With other wounds, it's holding pressure and packing to stop that bleeding, because that's what you mainly want to have. You want to stop that bleeding as best you can.
Hij zit er in front of me. I'm a image thinker, whatever it's
And
called.
then if they are in cardiac arrest, you want to make sure that doing CPR.
Yeah, of course.
It can be a bit difficult if you're doing CPR at the same time as packing, because when you're manually pumping the heart, it means you're pumping the blood, which then means that you're pushing the blood out of those holes, out of the GSWs. So, though we want that blood to be pumping, we've got to be aware that we're also pumping the blood around his body, or their body, and potentially pumping it out of them. So, we do continue CPR though, because we need to get oxygen to the blood, to the brain.
Yeah, it's important.
That oxygenated blood. So yeah, that blood flows good, but yeah. So you do CPR, and it will be difficult, especially if there are wounds near where the person is doing CPR. So you just got to try and work around each other, communicate with one another. Communication is key, especially in those instances.
For sure.
Because you want to know who's tending to what wounds, who's tending because there could be wounds that aren't getting tended to that need to be tended to, and stuff like that. If there are arterial bleeds, don't think we have clamps now. We should. That's ALS stuff. If you have arterial bleed, it is priority that your person gets more medical trained personnel onto the person you're
Panic
tending.
unit 226.
Damn, another one.
That's our units, you can disregard panic.
It's like the fourth one today, oh my lord. Oh, Gox, we're doing something.
Yeah. Mainly the basics of a GSW is just to hold pressure and try and stop that bleeding as best you can. And then if they're not breathing, they don't have a pulse, CPR as well.
Yeah, of course.
They're pretty easy, straightforward, especially if you don't have too much confidence what you're doing. You have other people on scene, so ask questions. There's no harm in asking questions. Like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do things? What things do I need to do? And stuff like that. If you want to, reach out to us. If you want to get more on the training in medical, like some refresher courses, literally the course that you did in Academy, we can get those same certified training people out. They come from the university up there. I don't know what it's called, ULSA. or something like that.
Yeah.
The people come down from there because they have a first aid course up there, so they have those people come to our academy and do the first aid training. And the basic life support. Come on, it's a stop sign and you're halfway through it anyway. Okay, we'll sit here then, I guess. So if you do want any refresher courses or you want more, more experience in it on a theoretical side, like doing it in the classroom, reach out to us, because we can organize that. I'm probably going to do a mock traffic stop here because, it would be nice if I could actually pull someone over to show you this, but no one's about, so I'll just do it on a parked car. Everyone's abiding by the law, which is good to see.
Yeah.
So, let's say this is our car that we're pulling over. We just witnessed them. We'll use the same scenario as you did in the academy. Witness them going 10 over. Well, you pretty much pull up like this. Actually, you should learn this, so I'm gonna let you try and guide me, and then we'll see how you go.
Where we call out over radio that we have a traffic stop with the location, postal, vehicle description.
Okay, hold on. I'll reiterate what I'd like. So we're gonna do a role play.
Okay.
I'll outline all the parameters. So the location. So literally use this location.
Okay, sure, yeah.
So this is the location. The car that's in front of us is the car that we're pulling over. 10 over. That's what we're pulling them over for. We're not gonna get out of the car because if the car owner comes back, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing in my car?
Yeah.
And who are you talking to?" But I will be Metro, so I'll be the dispatcher. So you're talking to me, so I'll talk back to you, and we'll bounce off each other with whatever radio traffic you need. You do it. Treat it as if you're literally doing a traffic stop. That's how I want you to treat it. Don't half-ass it, because this is literally me assessing you to see if you can do it. So then I know how to, what to tell you about what you need to fix. Okay. So we'll start from the point that you've literally just pulled them over like this. Your car's set up like this. You're the primary unit. You're on your own. You're by yourself. Your identifier is going to be your call sign, so 388, and all that. Okay, so go ahead.
388 Metro.
Go for.
Showing out on traffic stop 7023 Basically Avenue. Two-door black sports car. Plate when ready.
Go for plate.
69 Hotel Charlie Indigo 529.
Confirming 69 Henry Charles Ida 529.
10 voor correct.
I acknowledge. And what would you do from that point on?
I would get out.
You get out.
I would get out of the car.
Alright, you're in the driver's side, so you'd be in the driver's side, so tell me how you'd approach the vehicle.
Well, what we learned was, depending on the location, seeing as this is parking lot, I would get out, walk up to the vehicle, to the driver's side, introduce myself, tell them I'm pulling them over, and ask for their papers, license, registration, proof insurance. Once they
and then you just take their information and run it, and then do what you need to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't have you go through the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. I'll run it through how I'll do it. or how I would do it.
Mhm.
Not saying that you did anything wrong. Okay. Obviously, it's just that confidence build up. You need to know what you're saying before you say it over radio, because again, every second counts when you're mic'd up over radio. Because literally a few seconds of you talking could mean the urgency of someone else.
Yeah.
So you could be talking over radio when someone else is actually getting attacked at that same time, and unfortunately that does happen. So I'd pull up to the vehicle. First thing I would do is lock the plate
Mhm.
into my plate reader. I lock the plate, make sure it's the same plate, because sometimes the camera hasn't picked up the plate. So I just make sure that it registers that the car in front of me is the plate that I want to have in the thing. I lock it. I usually do a preliminary run myself through the MDT. But the radio traffic will be like this. So you will be Metro. Okay. 320 Metro.
Go for it.
Traffic stop. It'll be 7023 off of Bay City Avenue on a black two-door sports car. I have a plate when ready.
Yeah.
69 Henry Charles Ida 529.
10-4.
Okay.
Whatever.
Then after that, I've got my location out. I've gotten everything. You can say the occupancy. I don't usually say the occupancy because, you know, if there's something that goes wrong, then something goes wrong. I can call out that there's 2 people there. Not many people will even pay attention to the occupancy thing, but I mean, that's entirely up to you if you want to say it. I'd get out, approach driver's side, whatever side I feel more comfortable. I would approach by driver's side because it's easier. I'm not in the roadway. I don't got to worry about someone, you know, sideswiping me. Walk up, ask for their information, grab their info, tell them about why I'm pulling them over. You know, say what you did is wrong. Can you explain that for me? Because, you know, people love to tell you as to what excuse they have as to why they were speeding or whatever traffic infraction that they committed. And yeah, then I'd, you know, let them rebuttal the accusations I've said that they're being accused of. Come back to the car, run their information. Personally, I would give them a ticket for 10 over. You're in a metropolitan area, especially in this weather, so the weather conditions are dangerous. That 10 miles per hour difference could mean the life and death of the outcome of an accident if they were to get into one. Even 5. So researchers showed that even just 5 miles per hour can mean a drastic difference in the outcome of a traffic accident, and whether or not someone survives it or it just is injuries. So I didn't take lightly on, you know, traffic infractions like speeding. But do note, we have a 5 mile per hour leniency limit. So the speed limit is 45. So they can go up to 50. And we shouldn't be pulling them over.
Yeah.
So once they go beyond 50 though, that's where we can pull them over and get them for it. Because the courts, if they go to FIDA in traffic court, or whatever it is, when they go to pay for it, usually they'll sit there and when the request comes through for the citation, the courts will go, this is, but it's waste of time and resources. They, like, let's say they're going 47, courts would go, no, not going to let that go through.
Yeah, of course.
But if it was 50, and if it was like over 50, then yes, they'll let it go through. So, you know, to save you from wasting your time and also pissing off the courts who are meant to be your best friend, especially the judges and attorneys. you know, just try to give them as less paperwork as you can, possibly, while also doing your job. Probably go back to the ambition thing. Now you said certifications and stuff like that. What? It's pretty early. It's like asking a high school student what they want to do for a career, for the rest of their life. But what other ambitions? So let's say, do you wish to pursue supervisory roles pursuant to COC? Do you have any ambitions like that? Tell me about it.
Not at the moment. I just want to go with the flow, see how it goes, try to enjoy my job here. And if it comes to the point I have the opportunity to roll into a supervisory position, I might, but that's something for then. I'm not worrying about that too much.
Okay, you know, fair. There are some people who are very ambitious like that. That will be wanting an ultimate goal of supervisory positions. But no, yeah, enjoy it while it lasts. That's all I can say. While you're kind of at the bottom of the food chain, I guess, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because as you rank up, there's more responsibility. There's more jobs you're supposed to do. Like now, I'll be a corporal. So now I've got to deal with, hello, you are in a turning lane, and that's not how that works. Anyway, so now I have more responsibility, because corporals, the way that it works in PD is corporals, then it goes to sergeant. So usually the corporal phase is you're getting ready to move up into COC. So it's the time to lock in. There's not really any time for me to slack. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. I'll probably miss my days as a PO1, PO2, PO3. But yeah, enjoy it while you can. Because those are what you'll remember. Remember those those early on days in your career. Did you have any previous employment before this?
Yeah, I worked from home as like a freelancer, just doing some marketing stuff, but not really. I've never been in law enforcement or public servants.
Okay.
And I mean, it always has been a small little dream, child dream of me to become a police officer, so I'm happy I'm now finally able to do it.
Well, that's good. You saw your dream, you had your dream, now you're working towards it, and you got it, pretty much. You're a bit way there. I'm sick of driving, so we're gonna sit here for a bit. Where you'll see me most of the time is I'll be at the Starport, because that's where helicopters go to get their maintenance done. And I, as the Air Marine Commander, took it upon myself as soon as I got given that position to, be in depth with the aircraft, get to know them. I really did not like flying. I didn't like the idea of flying. Never appealed to me, but ever since I've been Air Marine Command I've been activating a lot more frequently, obviously, because I've got a standard that I'd like to uphold. That's my expectation of everyone else who's part of Air Marine. But yeah, so you'll most likely see me down there. Even sometimes on my off days, I'll be down there doing maintenance whenever we do them. We're fixing like a few weeks back now when we had air unit crash. I was there with the crews when we were rebuilding the helicopter.
Okay.
I was helping rebuild it, so it's 2.5 million. So I was kind of crying while helping fix the helicopter, but
Damn, okay,
that's
yeah.
fine. Yeah, Air Marine is a costly division when things get broken. But luckily, the way that our the funding for the division works is we have so we get given like money for literally each day, so that a helicopter could activate or a boat could activate every single day.
Yeah.
And then when we don't, and every day a boat or helicopter isn't activated, it rolls over. So it then adds on to the next day. So whenever we don't activate an air unit or boat, more money is put into a pool, which means I have more money to spend on top of my other funding that goes towards repairs and maintenance.
Yeah.
So so when repairs need to be done, it's good because all that rollover money I can put it aside so that we can not go, bankrupt.
Yeah.
Because it's constantly we're on the verge of getting it. It was a consideration of mine to just get a whole new helicopter that's been pre-built already. Because so our limit is 3 million. That's the limit that I set.
Okay.
So it's actually less expensive to just replace the whole helicopter than repair it sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, to buy a whole new helicopter can be less expensive, so sometimes it's a better alternative on a financial situation. So if the cost to repair a helicopter is equal to or exceeds 3 million, you won't be seeing that helicopter getting rebuilt. We'll just throw it out, we'll scrap it, and it will get replaced with a new one. So yeah.
Which helicopters does PD now have at the moment?
So we have 2 of the MD-500s, and then we have 1 AS-350, which it's got a new name now. I can't remember, it starts with H. Well, it doesn't have a new name, like officially with us, but the newer versions, Airbus changed the name of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's referred to as something else, but we still refer to it as the AS-350 because we have the older version before they changed it. And then we have the MH6 for the tech, and then our Black Hawk.
Okay, awesome. Sounds like awesome helicopters.
Yeah, pretty good. I had a few of them like co-piloting with cross agencies, so because every department, so state, PD, and sheriff can cross crew aircraft through our joint aviation policies. So I can fly with a county guys can fly with me, I can fly with a state guys can fly with me, state can fly with county can fly with state.
Atlantic Galaxy.
But when I've been with the county guys, they've been like, oh, you guys get all the funding, because they see that we have nice helicopters, plus we have the tech helicopters, which they really like. So yeah, we do have good funding. We have more boats than them as well. Because we have 2 of our ribs, I think, and 2 of the coastals, and then 1 Trident. They only have 1 of each of their boats.
Interesting.
It does make sense though when you look at it as a taxpayer thing, because this is how we get our money. It's taxpayer dollars.
Yeah, that's a valid point. Yeah. Yeah.
We live in literally a very high, the most density area within the state.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah.
So
It's a city.
our funding is gonna be a lot more than they would up in the county. Obviously, with Broxwood coming in, it brings in, tourism and then also the immigration of people. So you have more citizens up there now, but obviously that still doesn't compare to the population in the metropolitan area.
Yeah, I know. City is, yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense as to why they do have like less, I guess, but they're not far off. It's just the numbers of what they have. Like they have less quantity of things.
Look at this graphics, I love them. The little raindrops on the vehicle itself also. You're fine, Galaxy. It's all good. Dead. One. We're way down to 27 people. Damage it's 24 to 24. Wee woo. Sorry, it's a ball, extreme chat. Nothing I can do. This is not a mug. Not a mosquito in my room. Probably because of all the pizza. No, if I blame you. Tippy tip. Yeah. I'm not sure. I've only a little bit of water left. Don't have much. Wow, damn, that's mean. So quiet. Fucking broosjes, man. Jeez Louise. I'm going to hit you with a windmill. I know, kind enough. I believe I maybe have slapped a mosquito. I'm not sure what it is. Got it, maybe it didn't. I thought I had it. Yeah, I got it. I got a mosquito. I don't know if I do have anything else to snack other than pizza. By the way, the donation call is still going on. Nova, if you want. If you really want. It is still going on. I just decided to get it off screen. Pak off mosquito. Oh, check the M in a bit. Oh, check the M's now, so we're doing nothing anyway. I'm quickly gonna be in my head for like a few minutes.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm gonna be in my head for a few minutes.
That's all good.
So, be right back. Gotta go to use the bathroom real quick.
Everybody get down. Everybody feel it come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you. Around with the rhythm, it's a sound. 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 Get down, come on, get down. Get down, come on, get down. Get down, come on, get down.
Bathroom break also needs to happen. I'm back. Let's see. I'm back again. Jalapenos.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it was jalapenos.
If you would like, I have open on the screen this lovely Air Marine SOP. So I'm reading it right now, but I mean, you can read along if you would like. I can swivel the computer so you can see.
Sure, why not, I guess. Not much going on anyway.
I mean, it's there. I'm just saying it's there if you want to look at it and read it.
Yeah.
No pressure. No pressure at all.
Oh, screw yourself. Oof. Mad at you. I shouldn't have said it's still active. Blame Molla. Molla crashed. Blame Molla, yeah. Time for me pizza. It is time for more pizza. I hate you so much. I swear, after this I'm done for today. Sorry, not sorry. There is I don't throw food away. We never do that. Unlike it's like really old and expired and shit. But I might eat tomorrow. Somebody else might eat it. Pizza party. Aziz. Is it counting on one? Yeah, it is active on one. No.
That's out of channel for 911.
Shit, I think it's active 911. Not sure. I think it's active 911. Pizza party sleepover? Oh god, no. I don't do sleepovers. I don't like sleepovers. What makes you think this active 912? No clue. Nothing personal, I just don't like sleepovers anymore. I'd rather stay home in my own bed. Comfortable, all by myself. So I'm not hungry anymore, Nova. God damn it. What the fuck? IGM Ben wants a pizza? Question mark? Oh god. Mission successful. I don't like sleepovers, nope. Oh shit, you didn't mean Nova. Sorry, my bad.
Radio car 320.
Car 320.
I finally got something.
320 9002 South Arsenal Street. For suspicious activity, a scrapyard owner called reporting a kid wearing a green jacket, gray jeans, black hair with a black mask, snooping around through his scrapyard. Caller advises he just wants them removed from the property, no charges.
Acknowledge, car 320. I'll be ready to the scene.
Finally something, chat.
220 received. Be advised, weapons, none visible. Did reference Southern family attire.
I acknowledge. Are you with me, Scar?
Yes.
Okay. We're around to this, pretty much. Just wanting them trespass, removed from the property. We'll clarify on scene with what they want taken, so we can get that trespass warning put into the system if they'd like. If not, just remove it from the property. First point of contact will be going to the office. We'll see if we can get a contact with site security, which is in this main building here. Then we'll go ahead and try and locate car 320. Your arrival at the postal. I don't know what's with my radio traffic, but it sucks. Anyway, onward.
Interesting goading.
Alright, reception upward. Reception. Great. Hello. Hello, security.
Car 320, sorry for the delay. You're on arrival. Break, I understand you requested for 210 in county.
You 210 Metro.
320 on Metro. Did you request for a county unit, specifically 210?
It is a negative, I did not.
Received.
Interesting, okay.
Don't know where they got that from, but okay.
No, don't see my pizza. No.
307 Metro. .307 Metro.
7.
That request for 210 was made by ourselves. We stopped a vehicle in county jurisdiction who requested a county unit and they attached 210 to the call. You were out taking your 911.
307, thank you. Do you have a location for that?
It is.
4008 is nearest postal
It is, Ashley.
from Sonora.
Thank you.
Sure, you can have slice. Sure. What is it? Holster. Handrest holster. Appreciate it, Ashley. Welcome here.
I'm gonna call you Jeffrey. Jeffrey, hello, Jeffrey. We're just here in relation to the 911 that came out about your trespassing person. You know where they're at? See, you got a TV screen there.
307 Metro.
7, go ahead.
We'll be clear off that call. The county unit's still on it, so I'd wait for them to tell you what's going on with that.
Grey jeans, white green shirts, green shoes. 9004. Please take entrance.
Alright, thank you. And would you like them trespassed or formally removed?
Car 320.
Good for job, 320. Thank you.
Checking on you, you're green.
Whatever I called you.
Jeffrey.
We're
We're
green.
green. We made contact with reception and security here on site. Just to clarify, with the offender is we're heading into the center now to locate.
320, I copy, you made contact and you're attempting to locate now.
I'm gonna go all the way to the other side just to get inside.
Description was...
Did you overhear our conversation of the description of the person?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Grey
look at our slow roll.
Why is this not running there?
There you go.
With the boost, open this. Where?
You ain't slick. Come out from the garage. Yell us some PD. Come on. Come out. Just want to have a chat. Call 320 Metro.
20.
We had visual on one. They retreated into the garage. I'm trying to make contact now.
Howdy.
Who's he running after?
His eye stopped working, so he'll be back momentarily.
Oh, okay. I thought he saw someone over there. I was like, oh.
No.
Go with. Run, quick. No. He ran into this part of it, so I guess we're just gonna...
Is it just a trespassing, yeah?
Yeah, they just want him removed from the property, so they don't want it official. Double check that.
Well, we'll be moral support.
Okay, moral support it is.
Well, we'll be actual support if you need it, but... moral support.
Would be nice. Don't know where he's gone. He's repping green color, so I don't know if he's associated with family.
That's reassuring.
I almost got stabbed on, so I'm gonna stay a bit back.
Where you at, buddy? I saw you run in here. If you would like to split to the... Okay, she's already gone. We'll split right. We'll split right.
Mm.
Two 204-306.
This is the LSMPD. If you're in here, you know, come out, make yourself known.
That's the first.
204-306. Go ahead. Just for information, my live map may show I'm in Metro. I'm on my daily commute home.
Just make sure we're looking everywhere.
Yeah.
Up above.
Sounds good.
Down below, behind things, near things.
320, for your reference, there was another exit on this flat left side that leads directly into the canal.
Acknowledge. If you guys would like to remain on site, we'll try and look over from the bridge down below into the canals.
They advise it's possible they continued into the bigger compound. We're just going to await 330's arrival.
Okay, I acknowledge.
330, upon your arrival, come in from the paper factory side and see if you can see him that way.
Turn up a bit. LSMPD.
We're looking for an unknown race male in green.
Hello.
Hello. Eyes on
Um,
9004. He's just jumped down off a roof.
Okay.
There. Went towards 9002.
Don't be running from me, okay?
We're in the forecourt,
What
9002.
do we...
Under the freeway.
The problem is, we
We've
have a
got
call
one
and you match the
stop.
description of the person in the call wanted for trespass.
Partially uncompliant.
So... Unless you have paperwork to prove that you work here... That's not a story I'm really buying, man.
What do you mean, man? You don't trust the fella, man?
Keegan, oh god.
Not when we have a 911 call about you stating you're trespassing, I don't know.
And restaurants.
That's totally not me, man. I would
Yeah,
never
so
even try, man.
the 911 call of the guy with a green jacket, dark pants,
Keegan is scary.
trespassing in this very specific area is
Man,
not
you
you.
know how
Doesn't-
many
that-
people prank calls y'all, man. You know how many people do that, man. This is a prank call, man. I promise you, man.
So just to clarify, it's a prank call, but you are in fact here in the place that the prank call was about.
And
Doing
I'd
the
like
thing.
to, confirm
Back in
it came directly from staff member personnel from this site that oversee the site, so it's not a prank call.
Okay, so now you've also just lied to me.
No, man. I would never lie, man.
That's just not true, is it though? 'Cause you've just done it to me twice.
Man, can I just go home, man? It's raining, man. I want to go home, man.
Oh, you can go home when I say you can go home, and currently you're detained, so no, you can't go home. What's your name?
Benjamin
Benjamin, what's your last name?
Jackson.
Benjamin Jackson. Okay.
Yeah,
Give me
mate.
2 seconds, Benjamin. Just wanted to trespass, right? That's all this is.
Well, they just
Yeah,
want
the
to
team
remove.
command.
They don't want an official trespass.
Okay.
But
He went to run from me, and then when I caught up with him, he stopped. I don't see a point in getting him for the resisting, at least not right now. Unless you guys want him for anything else, I say we just kick him off and get gone.
oh, we can do that. I was
Up
gonna
to
say
you,
an
your
official
primary.
trespass.
So, yeah, you do you.
taking
This
him
is
off
your
the
call.
scene.
I just found him.
Yeah, because he fled from us. He saw our car and immediately
Did
retreated.
he?
Yeah, so he knew we were on scene.
252.
We'll go with an official trespass. What was his name
Can
again?
you route 7093 Clinton
Benjamin,
Avenue for shoplifting?
and I forgot his last name.
10-4, you said 7039?
093 Clinton Avenue. It's going to be the 24/7
Very
on
possibly,
Clinton
yes.
Ave.
I believe it was Jackson.
Reportee reports that one kid is in the store trying to steal beer, wearing dark pants,
Yeah, Benjamin
backpack, white
Jackson.
male. He's still in the store as of
You know how
1 minute
old he
ago.
is.
10-4.
18?
Yeah, okay. I got him
He
here.
has no weapons.
Warning. Warrant. Violent. Felon. LSPD.
Don't worry about all the
Armed.
tags.
SAS.
We got 41
Missing adult.
Jacksons.
Metro
Endangered person.
car 320.
Criminal gang. Threats toward law
Pacific car
enforcement.
320.
Mentally ill. Armed. Violent. Mentally ill. Warning. Warrant.
You
Violent.
code
Felon.
49002.
LSPD. Armed. SASP. Missing adult.
Excellent. We're out with one.
Criminal gang. Threats
They're now
enforcement.
cool, calm, and collected.
Mentally ill.
And
Armed.
complying.
Violent. Mentally ill.
RT.
You received. And am I able to have 1 unit break off to assist 352 with the shoplifting?
So we'll go with the criminal trespass.
Thank you for you give me the location again over it.
I'll show you through the process of that. So we'll fill out the form so it's in the cab under our reports.
Don't even mercy by the moment. Guess what? What?
Thank you for Philly Metro. 352 Metro, can you show me on scene?
You're on scene.
Baker 330, direct 352, what's your location?
I don't want to spell Benjamin. I'm trying to look him up in the cats.
Baker 330, he's going to be at 7093 Clinton Avenue at the 24/7.
Oh, that's. I added an extra E.
330, you're en route.
Yeah, once if 18 years of age.
Alright, so pretty much with this report, so you just fill out all the details that you possibly can. So he doesn't have a vehicle with him, so we don't put a vehicle in there. Fill out his name, Benjamin Jackson, make sure all the things are correct. Fill out the preliminary details, and then we'll issue it to him. So we gotta read out.
Yo, what's good, kind officer? How long is it gonna take, man? I gotta get up with Polito, man.
Okay, well, it didn't seem like you were in that much. Actually, hold on. Sorry. I'm talking to my window right now. There we go, that's better. You didn't seem like in much of a rush when you retreated into the garage and were, running around this site. You didn't seem eager to get out.
Whatever, man. How long is it gonna take, man?
Well, we're gonna go ahead and issue a criminal trespass warning. So we gotta fill out that paperwork and then we're gonna issue it to you, okay?
And how long is it gonna take them? They're gonna take,
It's
man?
gonna take a few minutes, okay?
Man, I gotta get up in Polito in 10 minutes, man. Otherwise, the
Well,
store's closing, man.
that's your issue. That's not mine. You decided to commit the offense. I'm gonna go ahead and go through with it how I see fit. If you didn't do this, then you wouldn't be in this scenario. You'd be up there. You'd be making your way there right now, wouldn't you?
What's the speed limit on Great Ocean Highway? Is it 100?
No, it is 70. 70.
Nice, Fred. Nice.
Yeah. Don't go 100. Please don't. Alright. Give me the time. I'm also with a ride along here, so it's going to take a little bit extra time than it usually would, because I've got to
It was good
tell
ride
him how
along.
it works.
Oh, we didn't say how bad, man.
Hello. Oh, hello.
I'm
Jeez.
gonna take cover in the shade, man.
I could just... Hello, Riker. Good tell.
Right. And do you have... Can you see my screen here? Do you have the record open so you can see your own copy? Okay. So you see at the top it has like a paragraph there for you to read out. You got to read that to them. It's a notification to them.
So where is
So that
it?
they understand. So at the top of the criminal trespass warning, on the record when you open it up, at the very top where it says title criminal trespass warning, it'll say, I hereby acknowledge that I've been warned, blah blah blah. And sound like a paragraph.
So where can I find it?
So when you open up your records,
Yeah.
you'll go to new record, not new report. You'll go to new record, and you'll find the criminal trespass warning one. Press on that one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And once you open it, you'll see the big paragraph at the top of it. You gotta read that to them. You gotta tell them all the spiel about how they're not allowed to return to the site. They do result in, getting arrested or a fine. Blah blah blah, which it says at the bottom what the penalty is. Alright. Would you be comfortable saying that, or are you?
Yeah, sure. I can
Yeah,
give
we
it a-
came over here to talk about it, and then he said he wanted to get out of the rain, so they let him.
Alright, we'll pop out and we'll issue it to him.
Again, watch out. Mr. Officer next to me.
Lieutenant.
Appreciate it.
You gotta give him his copy. Do you have his copy?
Metro Radius out of service at 2056. Have a great night.
Okay. How's it going?
Hello,
It's good,
Mr.
Cracker.
Mr. Jackson.
My colleague here is gonna go ahead and say a few words. So
Okay, man. I'm
listen up.
listening.
So, I hereby acknowledge that, sorry, give me a moment. moving warrants.
So what you want to
Anytime,
do
G.
is you not read it word for word, but kind of tell him the key parts of that, because that is what he will have to acknowledge.
I hereby acknowledge it. So, from at this moment, you've been trespassed from this property here on the scrapyards. You're not allowed to come back here. As if you do, you may end up being arrested or get a fine. And sorry, if you can take over.
Yeah. So I'll just clarify what he said.
I can't
so
be here
you,
no more.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that you understand and acknowledge the punishment if you do, okay, and the consequences. So you can't come back to the property unless you've been given explicit permission by an authorized personnel on site who oversee this property. If you do, it can result under SA 570.15, trespass in the first degree. You can result in a punishment of 6 months in county jail or a $1,000 fine, or you may receive both simultaneously. Okay? Do you acknowledge
Yes, sir. Yeah.
that?
Yeah, man.
Okay. You'll receive a copy, then we'll have a copy of our one that you'll just have to sign. My fellow officer here has
Do I
that.
have to sign it?
306 and 307 and 1070 body 3, 320.
I got it.
So you receive your own copy so that you know it. You have all the stuff on there. It has all the details along with the punishment, penalty, etc. And then also we'll have you sign our copy so that we have a copy saying that you acknowledge it.
Slightly. Slightly wet.
Okay, man, where do you want me to sign it, man?
Sure.
It'll just be at the bottom of that ticket for this
Okay.
point.
Yeah, we can sign here. Appreciate it.
There you go, man.
Right. Want to escort you out, so if you would like to follow us, I will
I
escort you
don't
off the
know the
property.
way out, man.
You know the way out? Is that what you're saying?
I do not know the way out, man.
Okay, well,
so hard.
Either way, we're going to escort you out. So we have to. Oh,
Not
where you
gonna do
going?
that, man.
What are you doing in the... It's muddy down there. What are you doing?
Sorry, man.
Okay. Come with us. We'll escort you out, alright? Want to ride in the back of the car? We'll have to switch
Hell
if
no.
you do. Okay. Well, you'll follow us on foot.
Yeah.
Just go ahead, like go in front of the car, and then follow the path where the the tire marks are. I won't, don't you worry.
Oh my god. It's 9, it's fine. I think I'm gonna go over after this.
Am I good to go, man?
Yeah, you're on the public strip. Stay on the public strip. Don't pass onto the property, okay?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go home and smoke some weed, man. You have a good day, man.
Okay, you as well.
Car 320, clear. I'll stop at 9005. Back available.
Oh, my apologies.
That's my window. What are you doing? In my window. Alright. So how'd you find that?
Didn't go amazing.
Okay. Just confidence. That's
Yeah.
pretty much, and make sure you know what you're saying. When you know what you're talking about, you'll have all the confidence in the world
Yeah.
with what you're saying. So yeah, with the trespass warning, I should have clarified, you don't read the top statement word for word, but you kind of take information out of that
Mhm.
and then tell it to them. So you, at the bottom of the paragraph, it tells you the code,
Yeah.
the San Andreas code. That tells you the number and all that. Then it also tells you the title of it, and then the punishment of it.
Yeah.
So you want to tell them that mainly. You want to tell them that they're not allowed to return to the property, like the parameters.
Mhm.
And then if they do, that those are the consequences of that action if they are to return. Then you give them their copy, because then they can't complain and go, no, I didn't remember about that.
Yeah.
Well, they got given a copy, so they should know. It's their responsibility now to make sure that they keep it. Plus, they were told in person, so they should remember.
Yeah.
So we're kind of covered on as many aspects as we possibly can be. And you give them their copy, and then the copy that we keep, we just need them to sign. That's their formal acknowledgement that they acknowledge the criminal trespass warning.
If you can drop me off back at the station, I think it's been good for today, I guess. Not much happened, but
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
in a decent few hours.
I'll take you to Mission Row.
That's fine. And as with last of system, we might need to go to that. Okay, thanks, bye. Seems like an O'Connor call. It seems like an O'Connor call, honestly. Make management.
Away.
Hello?
How many people do we even have left? 19. Ooh, Simcom Counselor, awesome. Reboot time is over, yes. It do be over. Ooh, charger, nice.
closing.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs.
Moderate, welcome to the chat. Hello Ben, hello hello West. Hello Modda, hello everyone else. Welcome chat. We're also gonna end it soon.
Keep that much fun.
So appreciate you all coming here, but it has been quiet as fuck today.
Oh, go for 320. Didn't realize that it's me.
Do you have a unit surrounding until the latest call? And would you like county assistance where I can border?
Jalapeno.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that only ship command went out of service. Yeah, I'm just discovering that. Is there any available metro unit to respond?
I think it's 3:30, I'll be clear in like a minute or two, but then I will need marked assistance.
210,
If you could route a county unit for mutual aid assistance, and then Baker 330, at your discretion when you're available, if you could clear up the go assist.
Copy, what's on unit done now?
Right. I'll give you some feedback. Oh.
Yep, all fine.
Okay.
Close the door.
Alright. I'm gonna give you some feedback, so let me just back up into the parking spot and you'll...
Yes, goddammit, you poke in my mouth. Stretch, I will stretch.
So, pretty much, just confidence. I feel like you just need to build up. That's pretty much it. You know, read up on things, you know, poke and pry. You know.
Yeah.
As I said, be nosy. Look into things that you might have to deal with so that you have some, I guess, knowledge. Reach out to, you know, myself, any of the other chain of command. If you want to ask any questions, clarification on things, your next ride along will probably be more of focused on you doing things. So you most likely will be driving maybe next time, maybe doing some radio traffic. All depends on the FTO. Okay. Just, you know, show up for a brief. They'll decide who's going to take you, if they can have someone take you. And yeah, just build that confidence, build your knowledge, and you should be right.
Yeah, well, appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Have a good rest of your afternoon.
You too. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Just give me a moment. I'm quickly gonna walk upstairs. Chat. Stream ending. It's been good for today. Let's see. Great. Welcome Modda. Welcome West. Welcome Ben. Welcome everyone else. Welcome. Modda, welcome. It has been quiet today. You have a puppy between your legs. Cute. Fred. Cute. How's the pizza so far? The last slice I'm almost done. The last slice you gave me at least. Break Dutch. My nose has broken in my mouth today. He's given me a jalapeno pizza, and I've been eating it as I've been kind of getting bribed, I guess, in a way. Imagine getting hit by a car door. Ben, don't react like Mollet did. I heard about it. Ben sent me a DM about it. Yeah. Oh, fun. Major shooting happens. I know, right? All good to hear, Ben. All good. Hope you enjoyed Mother Stream. Good call. Out of service. And close my shit. Don't complain too much. Wow. I don't complain at all. Great. Great. Let's see. Is there anybody else to raid? Because I do like a raid. I recently got the 100 raids badge from Twitch. We're gonna raid. It says Modda is still alive. It says Modda is still alive. We're gonna raid Bike Rider. Don't be a stranger Dutch and reach out to me. Why would I reach out to you? Wow. Get sick, hey, goddamn. Y'all, stay safe. Have a great night. Enjoy going to Bike Rider stream. Take care. Go hate him. I mean, go annoy him. And, yep. It was great having you guys here. Bye bye. Love you two all. Amazing. Appreciate all the subs, Nova. You're so amazing. Hate you for the pizza, though.